What it do? Welcome to Club 32, the Gridiron Podcast, the people's podcast where we keep it real, no fluff, no filters. I'm your host, Ron. Got my co-host, Jordan. And we came back to recap the matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. Let's dive into it. But before we do, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you can stay in the loop with Club 32. Let's get right into it. Look, Pittsburgh's offense managed only 2 field goals and no touchdowns, marking a stunning offensive stagnation in a must-win game for the AFC North. If they would have won this game, they would have locked it up. But no. Which episode? We're going to find this. Didn't I say that? Didn't I tell you that? Didn't I tell you something like, it would be the John when the Ravens going to win and the Pittsburgh going to lose because they want to set it up for the week 18. And look what they do. Where they put it at? Sunday prime time. Come on, y'all, where y'all supposed to be. This ain't about the stats and analytics and all that funny and funky shit. Look, we have that. We know what happened. We're going to talk about that. We're not here for that. We're here to just talk and understand what it is. And I'm telling you, he ain't in the wrong place. I said it's on record. Go check it. Check my receipts. I got that. I'm on record. Look, come on, man. But we know what it is. And we know what it is. That's why if you notice, like when you was looking at the week 18 games, like all season, up until this like last week, for real, like it was all like TBD, to be determined. Like, all the other schedules, we even know who our opponents is for the next 2-3 years. But on 1 week, out of 52 or 18 that we play, you can't to be determined.
It's crazy.
Nonetheless, what have you. But what did happen was Cleveland snapped a 4-game skid and picked up its first divisional win of the 2025 season, meaning that they 1-5 in the division. Nonetheless, and shocking nobody, but they did shock Pittsburgh and dramatically impacted the playoff picture. Hey, go Browns. Woohoo.
Like that man said, we're the Cleveland Browns.
We're the Cleveland Browns. Yeah.
I know he made a video.
Yeah. I'm gonna go watch this shit. Hey, we need to react to that, John. We should start doing some reaction videos and stuff too. It's gonna be Bow. Let's do it. Look, Aaron Rodgers finished with modest yardage and continuing red zone woes, unable to convert key opportunities late despite a historically efficient season overall. You know what I'm saying? He was my early season MVP, but nonetheless, I like to see AR-12 doing this thing, and he needs to do it this Sunday if he want to go into look, both defenses took center stage late. Pittsburgh's defense held up the best that it could, but Cleveland's timely stops and fourth down success made the difference. But let me ask you this. At the end of the day, what you think? No. What happened if this game ended in a tie? What happens? What happens when you have win and end scenarios that end in a tie? I guess it'll go to the team with the greater record, though. Because if it's like for instance, like the shit. Because I don't even think they had the same record.
Well, wait. Hold on. Pittsburgh and the Ravens played already. Who won that first matchup?
Pittsburgh.
It might go to Pittsburgh then.
But what I'm saying is, like, let's say this, like, so, like, I think it'll still go to Pittsburgh anyway, but the reason I'm saying is because they would still have the greater record. Because right now the Ravens is 8-8 and Pittsburgh 9-7, so then they would just be 8-8-1, and then they would be 9-7-1. One being the neutralizer, they still have one more win and loss than each other. So that's why I think Bianca's the tiebreaker's already decided there. So in that point. But well, never mind. Okay, so that answers it. Yeah, okay, but that's crazy. But okay, so that's that. Now that we figured that out, this is what I wanted to ask you. Who's it gonna hurt more? Cause somebody gonna lose.
It would hurt Pittsburgh more,
Mm.
simply because nobody thought the Ravens would be in this position to make the playoffs. And even if they do, the Ravens wouldn't go that far. Not without Lamar. And just Derrick Henry? Nah. So yeah, it would upset Pittsburgh more.
Okay.
Because the way they was playing this season, everybody just knew, oh yeah, they going to the playoffs. Might win a game.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's to the point where you might not make it.
That's
Mm-mm.
crazy. We'll see. We're gonna see. But look, Pittsburgh yardage was respectable, but the offense failed to find the end zone, culminating in two failed fourth down attempts inside the red zone. Shedeur Sanders delivered the Browns' lone touchdown, a first quarter strike to tight end Harold Fannin Jr. that would prove decisive. Browns kicker Andre Schmidt, correct me because I know I said that wrong. It's a S followed by a Z, bro, with an M and a Y and a T. I don't. I can't. There's too many consonants. It ain't got no vowel. The Y never look. But he split the upright twice, including a 50-yard bomb and a late 33-yard field goal, turning Cleveland's scoring opportunities into real points. Cleveland's defensive unit stifled when it mattered the most, particularly on Pittsburgh's final drives, turning away scoring threats. But then Pittsburgh moved the ball effectively between the 20s, but couldn't sustain drives, especially in the crucial second half. They got to tighten up more. They got the Steelers had missed chances, special teams impact. Get to the red zone defense. I mean, Shedeur made some key plays, but nonetheless, it's you know the Steelers have to seem like a team that's playoff ready. You would assume so. It would make sense if that's what you're striving for. Is it to make it to the playoffs, or is it try to develop into a playoff style, mental, physical, whatever, you know, type of team headed into the playoffs? Look.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. So look, we're gonna jump into some of these player grades. Just like we like to give out the reports. Just give us a second.
Let's get into some of these player grades. Start off with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Old man AR-15. We call him Rusty 15. Hate said, gotta get that man a D. Completed majority of his throws, but lacked big plays. And as you can see, the Steelers only scored 6 points.
Give him a C minus, man.
A C minus.
Bump him up a grade.
All right, my partner want to be nice. Give you a C minus.
That's AR. She's stupid. God.
But nah, no touchdowns. And you stalled when you was going down there. I mean, I don't know what's going on, old man Rodgers. But next week, y'all can't be putting up 6 points on offense now.
No, you cannot.
You can't be doing that.
Mm-mm.
And Chris Boswell, give you a B. Twice. Yeah, the only reason why they got points.
Only reason.
But it wasn't good enough to win. Maybe about 3 more field goals,
Maybe.
or a touchdown.
That'll help.
But hey, Mr. Jalen Warren, running back,
Mm.
Gilby, provided consistent work on the ground and kept drives alive, but couldn't force enough grit to score some points. But
Mm.
I can't solely just blame that on you.
Yeah.
Offensive line, wasn't blocking certain people that was supposed to block, wide receivers, tight ends.
Yeah.
And then another thing, I think some people kind of forgot about this, but they were down a receiver.
Mm-hmm. No
Y'all
DK.
remember that receiver that looked up in the stands and
Nah, I don't know. Allegedly.
had Mr. DK Metcalf.
Allegedly.
Yeah, it's a lot that's into that, but NFL suspended him, so he
Yeah.
might be coming back for the Ravens game. I hope he do. 'Cause they definitely gonna
I
need
think they
him.
gave him two.
Two?
I
Oh,
think.
oh, they better hope it's a one game suspension. Because the
I heard
Steelers
that
wide
at
receiver
first, but then
room,
I want to say, like, I want to say, I know. Yeah. Mm.
either way it go, they definitely gonna need him. Because that wide receiver room, y'all get a seat. Could nobody get separated from the Browns secondary. No explosive plays whatsoever. I don't know if they didn't come to play or if they maybe thought, oh, they ain't gonna play us this hard. They ain't in the playoff. Nah, any given Sunday.
Yeah, it's a two game suspension.
So it's crazy.
Yeah.
That offensive
Very
line, C plus. Pass protection was mixed. It was a little iffy. Sometimes y'all protected them. Sometimes it was like, all right, we tired. Y'all go ahead and just come through.
good.
Don't know what was going on with that. Because Cleveland, they generated enough pressures to get sacks. So, I don't know. It's not looking too good for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I think they'll get it
I
together.
couldn't steal the game.
Huh? I think they'll get it together. Oh
Uh,
man, I think they'll get it together though.
They might want to steal this last game.
Yeah.
But
Nah.
one thing I can say, the
Yeah.
defense, get them a
Mm,
B. They played well overall, but allowed a key third down conversion on the Browns' lone touchdown drive. But
mm.
outside of that, defense held up. Now, if defense can do that one more time and hope the offense somehow look alive,
Mm-hmm.
they'll be in the playoffs. But if not, go ahead and pack your bags for Cancun.
And that's probably what they're doing. That's probably exactly what they're doing. Probably taking it straight to Cancun, Cabo, Coho, somewhere. But on the other side of the ball, Shedeur Sanders, quarterback. I'm gonna give him a B. I think he was efficient in clutching his long scoring drive, but generally safe with the ball despite some of the turnovers that that he was having earlier in some of the games before leading up to this one. And then when you look at the tight end, Harold Fannin Jr., he scored the decisive touchdown and was a consistent target throughout the game. And for that performance, I'm gonna give him an A minus. Andre Smite, the kicker, I'm gonna give him an A, accounting for all remaining Browns points with 2 field goals, including those that were from a fair, I'm gonna say fair, but a distance. And I gotta know how to say his name, bro.
Schmidt.
This is why I say this that raw no filter shit, man. This is wild.
Schmidt. It's
I don't
Andre
know. I
Schmidt.
think huh?
It's Schmidt.
It
Andre
ain't
Schmidt.
It's too many. It's no vowel that like. It's a wide. It's a wide like a mixed person. It's like you ain't black, you white, you like you mixed. So you
Mm-mm.
kind of be a vowel, you ain't a vowel. You can be black, white, you can be.
No,
And some
the
people
Z.
might be like Schmite, Schmidt.
Yeah, the Z silent.
This look
You
Cat
know,
Williams
the
when you
Russian
need him,
names.
bro. Like, what is it? What is it? That's okay. Okay. I see what we doing here. All right, Dre. We ain't gonna forget about you, bro. No, we not. Hey, I mean, look. But I mean, look, with them two field goals, I mean, look, he kept him in the game for sure. I mean, look, they brought it. They brought it home, man. And I mean, looking at their running game, it wasn't as good as it could have been, but I mean, it was average enough. I get it a C plus. I mean, like I said, it didn't really dominate, but it kept Pittsburgh honest and set up manageable second down calls. And as far as Cleveland's defense, which is pretty decent as they've been all year, but right here I'll give them a B plus because they didn't really fold to the pressure, but they were strong in the red zone and they were very critical on a lot of fourth down stops. But I mean, this loss for Pittsburgh means its AFC North title hopes hinge on Week 18's winner take all versus Baltimore, and the winner will clinch division and a playoff berth. So I mean, while the offense might have sputtered, Pittsburgh overall defense execution gives them a chance next week, especially if they can get off the field on third downs. See, they haven't had TJ Watt yet. They still resting. I'm not sure if he gonna come back for this game, but I know he didn't play the last one, so it's gonna be a good. Someone gonna keep an eye on, and we gonna know by that time we'll have the injury status. We'll bring it here. So that's something I want to keep an eye on. But the Browns' victory, I mean, it stopped their 4 game, losing streak. Give them some type of confidence heading into the offseason, even if the postseason hopes ain't there for them. But I mean, hey, it works for them. And I mean, look, I believe in AR 12. Look, it's okay. It might have been a quiet offensive night for Rodgers in a high stakes game that could become a storyline, but I mean, it didn't come to that. But the one coming up definitely will be turning into a storyline heading
Oh
into the
yeah.
playoffs, especially regarding the deep ball consistency. So the injury watch right now is gonna keep an eye out on Donnell Washington as he broke his arm, and that was a significant blow to their offensive versatility. So if they without DK Metcalf and Darnell Washington, which is a tight end, they down one wide receiver, one tight end. They still got Pat Fryermuth and I want is it somebody? They'll they'll fi- they'll figure it out. If the Ravens aren't as good as they seem to be, then yeah, I mean they took over a beat up Packers team, and maybe they won't be able to do the same against the Steelers. We'll see. I mean, because I mean, the fact that they had an offensive regression in week 17 just puts a lot of pressure on the week 18 game against the Ravens. It's a brutal matchup that features a fierce defense, and they're gonna need a lot of crowd, involvement. This environment got to do what they do. If the Steelers can rediscover um a complementary ground game and protect Rodgers better, they still have a path, but it's narrow. See, the loss of Darnell Washington complicates short yardage and red zone packages, meaning that the Steelers may have to lean more on a creative, you know, type of like route combinations and screens to neutralize the pressure. But defensively, they'll have to force turnovers and improve their third down stops. See, Cleveland moved the sticks effectively in key moments. Realistically, though, Pittsburgh just got to play near perfect football in Week 18 to clinch the division and get into the playoffs. Anything less, and it's just a long off season. just getting ready to let's go ahead and like where everybody else going? We said, where they going? Cabo, Coho. Where you said they going? Yeah, that's that Cancun. You said Cancun. That's where they going. Yeah, they just
That's what
got
we're
to make
trying to
sure
get
that
to.
the offensive line is healthy. Make sure they execute. Make sure that when they get in the red zone and they can make touchdowns and have a high efficiency on that. And these third down situations, we need to have a high success rate from our defense. But as far as the Cleveland Browns, I mean, I'll say this. I'll say that this week, the week 17 performance provided its best unit cohesion wise, at least in the last month or so. They had a clutch drive for a touchdown. They were pretty disciplined on defensive snaps. So I mean, or situations, and I mean, they were able to pull out 2 field goals from an extended distance. Now the Browns now get to tune up in Week 18 without any meaningful playoff stakes, but with major narrative momentum headed into the offseason. I mean, you think Shedeur in this slot will want to take some type of drive going into the offseason because, I mean, if I'm here and I get my opportunity, I want to be that guy. You're not going to take that from me, you know? So they prove they can win when it's opportunistic and disciplined, especially against a favorite playoff contending opponent. Maintaining this level of effort could help accelerate offseason evaluation for younger players like Sanders while giving clarity to coaching decisions. Uh, they need to pay attention to the continued development of Shedeur Sanders, defensive consistency, and red zone execution. Look, what you think about Shedeur moving forward, bro?
I ain't gonna lie. I like what I see from him. Give him some more pieces when this draft coming up.
Mm-hmm.
I would honestly sit him down and just see what he think about certain wide receivers, tight ends, running backs, offensive line. You know,
Yeah. So look, um, we already know what it is, man. Look, it was what it was. They should have won. They didn't. Cleveland came through methodical and opportunistic performance, stunned Pittsburgh, continued the surprise home success trend, and now leaves the Steelers' playoff hopes hanging on by a thread. Pittsburgh offensive identity needs retooling fast if their teams want to make any type of noise in January. So look, the season's not over yet for Pittsburgh, but now it's do or die. Do or die, black and yellow. Better get your together, my fella. Let's go. Okay,
be a
look,
game now.
that's a game now, and you know what else it is, bro? You know
Win or go home.
that that too. But do you know what else it is?
What that?
Another one in the books from Club 32. So whether you cheered or choked this week, we break it down the only way we know how: raw, real, no fluff, no filters. Thank you for coming through and rocking out with Club 32, where fans just talk about the game and you can come and do the same. And if you do want to come and get on the show and chop it up with us, all you got to do is email us at club32gp@gmail.com. Subject line Club 32 guest. Make sure to follow us at Club 32 GP on all social platforms: Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. We're on it. Come talk to us. Stay connected with the club for all of our NFL breakdowns and for your chance to be a guest on the show and represent your squad the way that they're meant to be represented. But until next time, it's been real and good luck with your team, because we gonna talk about them too. Appreciate you. Be safe. We
Dallas sucks.
out.
Dallas
See,
sucks.
this why y'all gotta be on the show. We chilling, man.
Sorry ass
Laid
team.
back. They might, but
Second year in a row ain't made the playoffs.
they going to playoffs next year.
Ain't win a Super Bowl in 29 years.
They gonna win the Super Bowl 2028.
Quarterback always saying he going this place, he going that place.
All right, y'all.
Take your ass to the goddamn beach, nigga.
He tired. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one. He's not gonna stop.
That sucks.